Review number 1. Bought the Big Ball Cinetic Animal from Bed Bath & Beyond with the 20% off and it came to $503.99. Couldn't justify spending the extra $100 for the extra attachments. This one also comes with the no tangle tool, great for staircases, and 2 other attachments that are not listed on the box or description. Before purchasing this vacuum I did as much research as I could since it is fairly new still. I had read that it was big and bulky as some of the other reviews have mentioned. I also had read that the parts were cheap plastic. So allow me to clear up some issues for people. We had a Hoover that was losing so much suction that we decided to splurge with some tax return money and get something that will last. 4 canisters worth of dust, dirt, debris, hair, and more. That was just our staircase, living room, and family room. It was disgusting knowing that had been in our carpets. This thing really does have great suction and no loss thus far. Claims it will never lose suction. It is a little on the big side, but that again is also how it is named, Big Ball. It does require a little bit of strength to maneuver, so don't buy it for your grandma, but it isn't as hard as some people have made it out to be. It turns well on carpet, but I do find that it is a little difficult to turn the rubber ball on hardwood floor. Some video reviews show that it struggles with picking up Cheerios and Fruit Loop type pieces on hardwood floors, which is true, but honestly, we just sweep all that stuff into a pile and then pick it up with the hose attachment. Problem solved. The squeaking that was mentioned earlier is from the small plastic guiding wheels on the floor head of the vacuum. Slightly annoying, but nothing that really inhibits the vacuum's performance. One thing to note is that the spinner head bristles don't really leave behind vacuum trails unless it is shaggy carpet. That is if you like to see those lines. This does not do that. It agitates the carpet enough to let the suction do the rest. And I can assure you, it does plenty. Some reviews say that the vacuum was loud, so when I turned mine on I thought that there was something wrong with it because it was pretty quiet. Way more so than our Hoover we had. That's just the level that the Dyson runs at, and it's super powerful. As far as the plastic cheap feel that people talk about, the canister is slightly loose when clipped in, but other than that, they use the same material in all the cheap plastic that they use in riot shields. It's not going to break. Look at the videos on YouTube. That should clear up some confusion. All in all, slightly bulky, fantastic suction, no filter to clean. You will be amazed at how much fine dust was in your carpets until you go out right now and buy one of these things. I will keep updating as I can. Update. I just added 2 pictures. One is of the staircase I just vacuumed and the second picture is of the dust canister afterwards. You would think that there is a secret compartment that just slowly releases dust/sand/hair/ etc. into the canister over the life of this vacuum, but no, all that crap was in the carpet. This happens every time we vacuum. We vacuum weekly for the most part. No, I'm not endorsed by Dyson, though I should be if you're reading this. I'm just a firm believer in the product. You won't be disappointed. I should add we do have a cat if I did not mention that above. This thing works great. Update. My wife was vacuuming the other day and it seemed like the motor shorted. It would turn on and off and on and off and smelled really weird. I called customer support and the lady I talked to was super helpful. She helped diagnose what she thought was the issue and got me an appointment with the Dyson store that day. The guy I checked it in the store with plugged it in and confirmed. Because the unit has no filter in the canister, dust crept into the motor over time and fried the motherboard. The guy I spoke with said that this has been a common issue. I still rank it as 5 stars because of the customer support as well as the 5-year warranty that the vacuum comes with. They took care of everything free of charge and quoted me at 24 hours. It was actually less than that, as I was able to pick up the vacuum that next morning as soon as they opened because I received a call that it was done. Not only did they give me a brand new motherboard, they also replaced the filters in the ball and cleaned out all the dust. Top quality customer support. I had the new vacuum smell when I brought it back home and it is still collecting dust. Review number 2. Holy cow! I am equally horrified, amazed, and delighted every time I use this Dyson animal. I mean, you see the slick television ads and you read the stuff on their website about how good this vacuum is and all the stuff about its amazing suction and how it doesn't clog up and can handle any amount of dog hair you throw at it. But until you use it yourself, you don't really understand. Well, I didn't really get it. I do now, and I can't believe I ever thought my house was clean before. After one use of the Dyson in my house, I put the old Hoover in the dumpster with glee. First, this Dyson takes some assembling out of the box, but no tools. Every piece snaps and clicks into place. They include a comprehensive diagram attached right to the vacuum and a full book as well. The way it goes together is pretty smart. The extension hose and pole retract and click into the back handle out of the way when not needed, and the canister is a simple click in place and one button release to empty. The roller ball movement takes a couple of minutes to get into the swing of using properly. Just hold the handle and sort of swing it in the direction you want to go rather than pushing and pulling like with last century's vacuum cleaners. Once I figured out the movement, it was actually easier to use both on carpet and hardwood and tile than my old machine. This Dyson is heavy compared to other brands and styles, so be prepared for that if you are going to be lugging it up and down stairs. Using this Dyson animal blows me away. We have 6 inside dogs. Big dogs. Big dogs with lots of hair that they can't seem to keep on their bodies. I vacuum and sweep every single day without fail. I have to with 6 dogs. I mop and dust at least 3 days a week. I keep a clean house is my point. The very first pass with the Dyson on our foyer rug left me speechless and horrified. In the photos below you can see that rug. On the left is the darker side, that's after one pass with the Dyson. The right side is the dull, gray side, that's the before. I had vacuumed that rug 24 hours earlier with my old Hoover. The last photo is the dog hair and sand etc. in the canister after that one pass on half of that rug. I think the photos say more for the power and quality of this machine than I can. After several days of use, I have done every floor and area rug in our house a few times with the Dyson. It works equally well on wall-to-wall carpeting, tile, and hardwood floor as it does on area rugs. This morning there was almost no sand in the canister after 3 rooms and very little dog hair. That tells me that the machine is not only getting every bit of the dirt, every day, but it's not throwing any of it back into my floors. There is a button on the vacuum that allows you to switch the spinning wheel off or on depending on the surface you're cleaning. Additionally, I've gotten a lot of use out of the included attachments. The hose and extender pole connect to the small furniture brush with spinning brushes that get the dog hair etc. out of the crevices and fabric of the throw pillows and bottoms of the armchairs easily. Bottom line is that if you can afford the price, this Dyson Cinetic big ball animal is worth every penny, and that is something I never would have believed until I used it in my own home with my own dogs. Just wow! Update. It's been over 60 days now and I use this Dyson almost every day. It's amazing me with the sheer amount of crud it removes from my house. I have had no trouble with it clogging up or losing suction at all. I have used the attachments to clean the sofas, chairs, the car, and behind the dryer. Yuck. I love this vacuum. Update. After 7 months of regular use, almost daily, I have had no problems with this vacuum. I am still loving it and my house is definitely cleaner than before I had the Dyson. I even use the attachments to clean the vents in the ceiling fan blades, the drapes, my car, and anything else that I can think of. I have had to use a little soft brush to clean the filters off twice since June, and that's not a big deal at all considering how much random dust and dirt finds its way in our house. 6 dogs and hay and horsehair particles every day are no threat to this machine. 1 year update. I've had my Dyson Big Ball for a bit over a year now, and I swear, you will have to pry it from my cold, dead hands. I have not had any problems with it in the past year. I have had to dust off the filters a couple of times and pull some loose hair off the roller on the bottom now and then. This thing has made short work of the dog hair, dust, sand, grass bits, and what have you that gets dragged in our house every day between the dogs and my barn clothes and boots. I've even dragged it next door, let my neighbor use it when her Orek died. She has since purchased a Dyson, by the way. I now have a Dyson cordless as well for use in the truck and up high in tight spots. That thing works equally well and is just as sturdy as this unit. Review number 1. Bought the Big Ball Cinetic Animal from Bed Bath & Beyond with the 20% off and it came to $503.99. Couldn't justify spending the extra $100 for the extra attachments. This one also comes with the no tangle tool, great for staircases, and 2 other attachments that are not listed on the box or description. Before purchasing this vacuum I did as much research as I could since it is fairly new still. I had read that it was big and bulky as some of the other reviews have mentioned. I also had read that the parts were cheap plastic. So allow me to clear up some issues for people. We had a Hoover that was losing so much suction that we decided to splurge with some tax return money and get something that will last. 4 canisters worth of dust, dirt, debris, hair, and more. That was just our staircase, living room, and family room. It was disgusting knowing that had been in our carpets.